Hey guys, Nathan Howard here, driver of the Pacey Truck F2 for Dobbs Motorsport. We're here at Western Springs for round 3 for the international sprint cars. Tonight went not the best way that we thought. We definitely had a positive week last week, and we're coming in to this meeting with the right attitude and hoping for a really good finish, but it started off really well. First heat is in the really wet race, so normally I'm not too confident in wet races, but I had Carl in the team there on the setup today, and it's probably the best car I've ever had in a wet race throughout my years of racing. And we started on grid 14 and picked them off lap by lap up on the top and finished second. So that was definitely a good finish for us and the team, and a definite confident boost in myself. Leading on to heat 2, we're starting on grid 1. So we're looking pretty hopeful, pretty confident as well. So if we made a top 2 or even won it, we'd definitely be on the front row for the feature. So that was my goal, and we had a few engine problems again with the car missing and not firing properly. And halfway through the race, it would casually just die down and have no power and then regain again. So I had to pull off, and it's not the best way to start our night in a way, and all those points and positions all count. So we brought it in and took the bonnet off, and the boys got into it, and they found our ignition wiring and that had been touching the headers, and it had melted through it. So we thought that could have been the problem, starting to cut the car out and turning the car off with no power, and we got that sorted and that. So we were going out into the feature on grid 14. We knew we had car speed and that, and the second heat, with only doing 3 or 4 laps, we still set the quickest time. So definitely had the car speed, and the car was set up good, and I was confident. So starting off 14, we definitely had some work to do, but I was confident that we could make at least top 8 or top 6. Halfway through the start of the race, maybe 3 or 4 laps into it, the car started cutting out again, and it was a bummer for us. We really thought we had found the problem, so we're still chasing our tails on this little problem and issue and that we keep finding every meeting. So definitely it's going to be a long week, and the boys are going to work their asses off to find the problem. And I've got a real good team, and Adam's beating himself up because he thinks I deserve better, and I've gotten to the stage now that that's racing and that. Normally I'd get real shitty and upset and take everything out on everyone else, but it's not their fault. So we just need to keep our head high and come back next week even stronger and more positive. And I've got the team behind me, and they've got their driver, so we just need to put this package together and get to that number 1 spot. So looking ahead with a confident attitude, we'll be leading into round 4 of our F2 Championship series here at Western Springs. Looking in on points, I know from the last meeting, getting second in the Auckland Champs, we're running 3rd equal on points, so we'll be knocked down a few rankings in that after tonight's DNF in the feature, which isn't our goal in that. We're aiming to be in top 6 tonight, so we'll come back fighting every night. It proves, like Jonathan Allard tonight, his first night back out in the sprint car, and he came out and won the feature against some of the best American drivers. So anything can happen, so we just need to keep a confident attitude and keep our heads up high, because we know what the team's capable of. So definitely our next meeting we'll be coming back stronger. I'd like to thank everyone on this team. They definitely put the effort in to get me out there, and I've only had mum and dad back in the TQ and all my other years racing, so to see a whole team and that work their asses off to get me out there and do what they do, it's pretty special. And I got a lot of support behind me. Just coming second in my heat, I had about 6 people from the crowd come up to me and congratulate me, and I don't even know who they are. So I'm trying to keep a good look for the team, and definitely I've worked a lot on my attitude and that with when the car's not going our way. So I've got big sponsors in that now, and a team to provide for in that. So definitely keeping a cool head in that's what people want, and that's what our team wants. So and that's what built most of my relationships with our sponsors and that. They know what I'm like now, so keeping that good cool head in that definitely helps out. And you know, without my sponsors and everyone else on this team, you know, I wouldn't be here. So big thanks to Pacey Trucks. They've come back on board again for our main sponsor. He's backed me up throughout my years in TQs and all that kind of stuff. And Jack Links, you know, they're cool guys, you know, and we did a few changes signage-wise for them so they can pop out a bit more, and you know, they're getting a lot of exposure in that, and everyone keeps asking me for free jerky and stuff. So, you know, everyone that helps out in that, I'm very thankful, and the team's thankful. So bring on next weekend, and we'll be back for that #1 spot.
Every day's a never-ending summer season.